Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. In today's video I'm going to give you my tips on growing your hair. And from the short period of me being a content creator, I realized one thing. A lot of people ask questions and they genuinely ask questions to help them grow their hair, and multiple people requested for this video. And the other thing I also realized that even though people want to know the tips and the tricks, a lot of people don't also want to put in the work. And just to start with that, natural hair is beautiful and people are embracing it now, but your goal might be different from another person's goal, so you need to realize what you are looking for. My first tip, let me start from here, is identify why you're going natural. You don't want to just go natural because somebody else is doing it, because let me tell you, it's going to frustrate the hell out of you. You are going to be frustrated if you're doing it because person A or person B is doing it. It ain't going to work. You have to find the reason why you want this. I know natural hair is beautiful, it's diverse, it's just the thing that is there right now, and you can play with your own hair, and it's probably the safer way when it comes to health stuff. But you have to know why you're doing it. If you have that goal and you know the reason behind what you're doing, it's gonna give you longevity. But if you don't, you're gonna get fed up of it, and the next thing is like, oh, I'm tired, I need to relax my hair. So my first tip is know why you're going natural. Tip 2 is to retain length. There are a lot of things that you can do to your hair to make sure it grows, but when you're not retaining that length, it's not going to grow. So your hair might be growing. The reason why sometimes you think your hair is not growing is because when it grows, it breaks up, so you don't see the process of it growing because you are not retaining length. So there are a lot of things you can do to retain length, and I'll go into that in a separate video in the future. But the major thing is making sure that you're retaining length, that your hair is not breaking a lot. Like, try putting your hair in styles that will not like damage your hair. So you have to be very careful with the things you do to your hair in order to retain length. And that leads me to my next point, which is the third one, is having protective and low manipulative style. A protective style can be a short-term protective style or a long-term protective style. The short form is just putting your hair in bands and like doing maybe chunky twists and keeping it in and all of that. I wear bands all the time. 90% of the time, if you catch me outside, my hair is in a band. This doesn't always happen outside unless I'm going somewhere and I need my hair out, because I just like wearing my hair in a band. It's out of the way. It just makes my life easier. So the other protective styles that are long term is your braids, your twists, your weaves, your sew-in weaves, and all of that. And even though protective styles are very helpful, the way you do them can be very damaging to your hair. So you need to be very careful with that. I think I have a video of protective style on my channel, or I have a blog post on my channel about that, and I'll leave it in the description. Make sure when you're doing your protective style, it is very lightweight. It doesn't weigh your hair so that it's not pulling and tagging on your real hair. If a protective style is giving you a headache, that is a red flag that you're gonna get damaged. So the best bet is to take it off and give your hair a break. And the styles need to be a low manipulative style. It shouldn't be styles that are damaging to your hair. So styles like micro braids, I know I've said this before, please, thanks to today, you can have micro braid wigs and nobody. Some of them are even good that people can detect is a wig. So your best bet is to get a wig than putting a micro braid in your own hair. So just be careful with that. My fourth tip is having a hair regimen. It is very crucial to know what you're going to do to your hair when it's washed, how you're going to take care of your hair. Your hair regimen needs to be your hair regimen. Your hair regimen doesn't have to be Ama's hair regimen or Akosia's hair regimen. it needs to be different. Not, it can be somebody's hair regimen, but it needs to be working for your hair. The key is it should be your hair regimen. It shouldn't be somebody's hair regimen that you're using. Like, for instance, if you come to my channel and you take my hair regimen and you're using it, make sure that it is working for your hair. You have to listen to your hair. The things that work for your hair, then you keep it. The ones that don't, you take it out and you put something else in. That's how this is supposed to be. The videos has to be a guideline for you to be able to create your hair regimen. Having a hair regimen makes your life easy. It gives you a clear view of what you're going to be doing when it's wash day and how you're going to be taking care of your hair. And that regimen needs to have the basic stuff that your hair regimen needs to have is shampoo, condition, deep condition. I can't stress on deep condition. This is very important. And how you moisturize and style your hair. So I'm going to be leaving a mini book that I wrote on hair regimen that I share on my blog. I'm going to leave the link in the description and you can be able to download it. In that book, I went into detail on things you need in creating a regimen and how you need it. So getting the perfect regimen for your hair is going to produce results. So that means if you have a regimen right now and you try it for 1 month or 2 months, give it like maybe a maximum of 3 months and it's not working. At least if the regimen should work, you will see improvements in 1 month. If it's not working, tweak something and do something else the next time. I don't keep my regimen for an entire year. I don't. I'm just that kind of person that I get fed up with things. I need to change it up. So even if I stick to the same thing to an entire year, you best believe I'm going to change it the next year. So your hair regimen needs to go according to how your hair changes. Everybody's hair changes. What works for you today might not work for you tomorrow. I have some products that worked for me in the past and now they don't. It's just the fact that my hair probably got adjusted to it and it's not working anymore. All the brand change the formula of their product, that the ingredients that they used to put in it are not in it again, so it doesn't work for my hair. My next tip, and that is building on a hair regimen, is moisturizing your hair. So your hair regimen should contain a section that you moisturize your hair. So we have different ways of moisturizing your hair. I have a video on that too. I'll leave it in the description. And you can either use the LCO method or the LOC method or the LOCO method, just be in the middle. But whatever works for your hair, make sure you're doing that. And one key thing is when it comes to moisture and applying products to your hair, you need to know your hair porosity. It will help you to take care of your hair better. I also have a video on that, so check it out. So yeah, moisturizing your hair is key. You cannot be leaving your hair dry and then come back and be complaining your hair is hard and it's stiff. Definitely your hair is going to be hard and stiff when it's dry. Your hair is not going to be as it is when it's wet. You need to understand that. When your hair is dry, you provide it with moisture, and an easy way to add moisture to your hair is to spray with water. If you spray your hair with water, add a little bit of oil, there you go. Oils are not moisturizers. You need to keep that in mind. Oils are sealants. They seal the moisture in your hair. So if you're adding water to your hair, then if you're not going to add anything to it, then maybe you add a little bit of oil for the water to stay in your hair a little bit longer. But I would advise not to use only water. Just use some butter or something. And I went into detail with that. I'll leave all the videos in the description, so take a look at it. So yeah, moisturizing is key. Your hair cannot be left to be dry all the time. I know life happens and sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Your hair is gonna be dry and that is okay. But it shouldn't be a habit that your hair is always dry and it's always lacking the love that it needs. You gotta take care of it. On to my next tip, that is trimming your hair. I know this is crazy it's like you want to grow your hair, but then you have to trim it. It doesn't really match up, but I have to be honest with you, trimming has helped me a lot. It has helped me to retain length. You need to understand that when your hair has some damages, it's not going to repair itself. It's just not those things that it will go back to how it is when you put some product on it. It's not going to do that. When the hair, some part of the hair has damages, the only thing that will help you is for you to chop it off. Let's say you have a heat damage. No matter what you do to it, no matter any protein conditioner that you use on your hair, it's not going to revert back to its normal state. It is damaged, so you need to cut it off. And trimming is essential when you have like split ends at the ends of your hair. You have to like trim it up. You don't have to trim a big section of your hair off. When you see a split end, you can just take your scissors, the right scissors for hair though, and just chip it off. People trim like 3 times a year, 4 times a year. People trim every 3 months or every 2 months. I like to trim when I think my hair need a trim. When my hair didn't need a trim, I know. And I'll go into another video about that, because this one will be a long video if I want to talk about trimming. So if you have split ends and other damages, just chop it off. That will allow your hair to grow proper. But if your hair is not growing and you have the split ends there, it's not going to make it grow either. It's just going to create more split ends, and you're going to end up cutting off a lot than you will cut off if you have cut it off earlier. My next tip might be a little bit contradictory to this video, but it is very important. It is health over length. You need to understand this. It is nice and beautiful to have long hair, but sometimes it is not all that. I have to be honest with you. Sometimes I am frustrated with my hair and I need to cut it off. I have this thing that I go through that I think about cutting off my hair, but there's just something in me that tells me the moment I cut it off, I'm going to regret it. Length, I know it's a beautiful thing, but it is not all that. You have to concentrate on your hair being healthy. When your hair is healthy, it will grow to the length that you want it to be. But when you are focusing on length and you're doing things to your hair that are not healthy, you know what will happen? You're going to get that length, your hair is going to grow, and then it's going to start breaking off. Health is way better than focusing on length. Focus on the health of your hair. What will make your hair better? Do that research. Get on your computer. Do your research. Google is your best friend. YouTube is here to help you. You can shoot me a DM and I can help you with a question that you want. The health of your hair is very crucial, so you need to watch that, the things you're putting in your hair. My last tip is gonna be patient. When I started growing my hair, one thing that always frustrates me is when I watch this video on how to get your hair faster and people tell me to be patient. It makes me mad actually, but the truth is you have to be patient. When you get over that obsession of getting long hair, your hair starts to grow. And I am saying this because I went through that. I went through a period that I would do a lot of things to my hair because I just wanted to grow. I needed to grow overnight. And I came to a realization that your hair doesn't just grow 10 inches overnight. It needs time. It needs love. Give it that love. Be patient with it. Do the things that will make your hair flourish. And you will see the result. When you put in the work, you will see the result. You need to be patient with your journey and know that you're going to get there someday, but you're just not going to get there overnight. You are eventually going to get there, but you need to be patient with what you're doing and what your journey is. And it's good to admire somebody's hair, but don't let that admiration frustrate you. You have to, everybody's different and everybody's hair is beautiful, whether you have type 1 or type 4. I don't like typing hairs because it just creates a whole lot of confusion. But however your hair is, just know that God put that on your head and it is beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing ever. So it's okay to admire somebody's hair, but don't let that obsession make you hate your own hair. Everybody's hair is beautiful. Yes. Loving your hair will make you want to do the right things to your hair. Your hair gotta be your boo. You have to treat it like your boo, okay? If you want it to grow, just love this thing. Love the shit out of it. You need to love it to have the motivation to keep going. And be sure to grab my hair regimen book. It is free. It's not for sale. You can download it. Just shoot me a message on Instagram, and I'll leave my Instagram on the screen, and I'll be sure to help you get it. I can either email you one or something. We'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah, that's it for this video. I hope that these tips are helpful to you. So like I said, you need to create a hair regimen. You need to know the reason why you're going natural. You need to have a low manipulative style and protective style. You need to trim regularly. You need to moisturize your hair, and you need to be patient. That's it for this video. I'm sorry if it's a pretty long video. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but thank you for staying with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe, and also turn on your notification bell so you get notified anytime I post something new. I'll see you guys in my next video, and until then, stay blessed and beautiful. Bye.